a new band. Brought to you by NZ On Air. Active Live! Yeah.
Kia ora, Active whānau, and welcome to Active Live. My name is Tasha, and I am joined by Yann Le Dorré. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
How you going?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very excited that you are here today and be able to share all of your news and upcoming projects with the active listeners.
Yeah.
It'll be good as. So, you have an upcoming album soon called Take Care of Yourself and Everyone Else. Where did that name come from?
Kind of like popped into my journals at the end of last year. I kind of just went through like a bit of a lifestyle change, you could say, I guess, as you get older. And I don't know, I've always kind of felt like my role within my friend group has been a little bit of like the keeper of the keys, you know, keeping everyone together, supporting people. And that's kind of where this whole, the title came from, just kind of like leaving your past behind and trying to look after yourself and your friends and stuff. More positivity as opposed to like negative stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I when I first read that title, I was just like, that is such a sweet and lovely sentiment, I think, to like have an album named after. Because normally you would think of that as like a lyric or something rather than as the full kind of encapsulating title for a big project like this. Could you let us know a little bit about what to expect for the upcoming album?
Well, similar to the title, there's a lot of words in this album. I went pretty deep on it. It's it's been recorded with like, the first side is kind of more like folk songs, and the second half is kind of like country punk, which will be a bit of a change up if you've ever heard the band YOLK. It's a lot more aggressive than that, but in a good kind of way.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like I'm a little more grown up. You know, I feel maybe I'm like an adult now. So I guess this is kind of like a more mature sounding record, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think with positivity also has to come a bit of aggression, almost kind of thing that you can probably hear in the punk side, the country punk side.
Yeah, happy aggression, you know?
Yeah, happy aggression.
Reckless abandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's get into the first track. What are we going to be listening to?
Cool. We're going to be listening to a song called Salt. And it's kind of, how do I describe it? Kind of like my version of Imagine or something.
Oh, yeah?
Not to be too cliche. But let's get into it. Live for yourself, go die in the night. Live just to wait for the bathroom and the line. Live for religion, a father of sky. Well, I never had one, so I had one to find. What good is being good? It should feel how it should. Laughing or cry, taking drugs to get high. Change your denial, what's life but to die? Nice guys, they finish last. I thought ladies would love to hear that, but we all want salt. Live just to spend and learn for a debt. Live to repeat, tough days make you weak. Live for romance, embrace back and behind. to be fine. Age with your wine. What good is being good? It should feel how it should. Laugh and cry, taking drugs to get high. Change or deny, what's life but to die? Woman come twice like Jesus Christ. Men live in fear of losing their hair. Your confidence seems arrogant, but it's better than not knowing it. Be yourself, I still don't like you. It's okay to not get along. The difference could kill you again, it's boring. Do you want the light off or on? Nice guys, they finish last. I thought ladies would love to hear that, but we all want salt.
Beautiful. That was Salt, if you're just tuning in, by Yann Le Dorré. You mentioned before about the title of the album coming up in your journaling, and I'd like to take a minute to, I guess, talk about your lyricism and how you write. Do those concepts and those words or sentences often form themselves in your journaling, or can they present themselves to you in full song form?
A bit of both, really. I mean, I'm always writing in my journals, but then when I go to sit down to write a song, I kind of start from scratch. Or maybe there'll be like a couple lines floating around. And then I guess just constantly like listening to other people and stealing their lines, you know.
Yeah.
That's a main ethos of mine. If you can steal anything, if you can make it better.
Well, that's the whole thing with Picasso, though, wasn't it? He stole different types of art genres and then made it into his own and art styles. And
Exactly. I mean, music is just, you know, reinterpretation, like pretty much always. You know, you're always trying to imitate your favorite artists in some ways, but, you know, it comes out all weird and you, which is like the beauty of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I kind of think the same for my writing, you know. I'm super influenced by like the beats and stuff like that. Old Kerouac, you know. I never put full stops and, you know, just keep on writing, which is a bit of a killer at university, but I think it's a good way to kind of convey emotion sometimes, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I guess just with the structure of Salt, of which we just heard, as it starts to get to the end of the song, the tumbling sentences, like the tumbling emotions and the lack of full stops, it's such a biting song. It's lovely to listen to, but there's a bite and a criticism to it.
There's some pretty, a few vicious lines in there. But, I mean, I guess they're kind of like truths to me, or at least like something I perceive as truthful in the world. And always just writing with like juxtapositions, I guess, you know. It's the old Kurt Cobain trick.
Kurt Cobain, yeah. Who are, apart from the beats, as you have said, who are your musical influences?
Kind of everyone, but for this project I was listening to like a lot of like Townes Van Zandt, Country Religion, Blaze Foley, another Country Religion, Neil Young, I love him.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell, she's tight. And then I really like Father John Misty.
Oh, nice.
He's dope.
Yeah.
He hasn't been tried as like a classic artist yet, but I think in time.
They will be, yeah.
You know, the modern day folk hero, there's not many of those left. And yeah. So those guys, I would say.
Your influences. That's really cool. So let's, I guess, to take a step back again to take care of yourself and everyone else. How did you first conceptualise this album?
Writing kind of began after I finished Sleeping Country, which was like one of the last YOLK records that I put out. And it all kind of came from this idea, or like the writing side of it. Every time I would have a YOLK show, people would come up and be like, oh, I love your writing so much. And I always be like, it's like a backhanded compliment sometimes, because maybe like the music is very, it's like immersive, but not in a way where it's like super like, it doesn't like grasp your attention. It's more like dream-like, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, but you know what really like was super into the lyrics, and then I was kind of thinking like, what does that mean to me? And so I was like, if my lyrics are good as anyone says, I need to like utilize this as like the main vehicle of my music. That's what people are drawn to. And so I just kind of like, for this project, I just tried to write the most universal songs I could write. And then it kind of stemmed into a uni project, which turned into like, what does it mean to write a good song? How do you test that? And so for this album, there's like 3 parts to it. And one of the parts was having a whole bunch of local musicians reimagine all of the songs on the album to kind of see if my writing was any good. And it's coming out so people can listen to it eventually. And yeah, I don't know.
Who were the artists that were featured for the album?
Violet Hurst, Tessa Dillon, James Morgan, Josh Dominokovich, Baxter Perry, Eli Superfly.
Nice.
My homie Jed Swaney from Nelson. This guy Michael Sutherland.
Sutherland Sounds? Is that Michael Sutherland?
I think so.
I don't know.
He's like a wizard.
Yeah.
Cool dude. Who else did we get in there? I swear I'm missing someone. Ryan Preble from The Nudge. He did one. Am I missing anyone? I think I might be, but this is all I can remember right now. There was quite a few of them.
Yeah. Huge project.
Sorry if I missed anyone.
Not asking your favourite, but more whose reinterpretation of a track were you most surprised by and most taken by?
Oh, they were all amazing, so it's really hard to choose.
Yeah.
My friend Jed, he did one which was kind of like, his was super lo-fi, and he's just like a family man and lives in Nelson, and he kind of turned this love song of mine into kind of more this like Jeff Buckley sounding thing, and it was really beautiful. Josh Dom's one was really good as well, if you know him at all. The song that came out of him was just so sensitive and lovely. James Morgan's one was really good as well. Tessa's one was great too. I don't know. They were all
of
good.
them. All of them.
I can't pick a favourite. They're all my friends.
Yeah. And that's so special though as well, that taking that introspective look at can your lyrics hold up with other artists and involving your obviously incredibly talented horde of musician friends to be able to reinterpret that. That's how's that made you feel, I guess, about your own writing ability, having all of this feedback and
I mean, it's pretty validating. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's good for your mental health sometimes because I mean, music is very I don't know. It's a lot of work and it's straining, and you can get down because you're like, I mean, on one side of it, it's like it's art and like it doesn't matter. But then on another side of it, like you want to be validated for all the time and effort you put into it, and you want people to enjoy it and react. And doing something like this was like a very like a way to just cut straight to the core of yourself and like seeing yourself and other people and stuff. I don't know. It was a nice like interacting, and I don't know. I learned a lot about myself as well, kind of
which is
in the process, which was I can write some good songs. I don't know. That's what everyone said.
Which is really cool.
Don't ask me.
I don't know. Sweet. All right, let's move into the second track.
Cool.
What are we going to be listening to?
The Sun Will Rise Again. So this one, I guess it's kind of a love song, if you can figure it out.
All right.
We roll with the clouds, then make love to the ground. And like weather, you turn away just to change the forecast of my pain. The Nothing grows without the rain, and we'll make it first indoors. So let's get you out of those wet clothes and into my bed, where the sun will rise again. The sun will rise again. Hey, oh yeah, uh-huh, oh yeah, uh-huh, oh yeah.
The sun will rise again. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, our listeners can actually hear and see you live tonight.
They can, yes.
Yes, you've got a gig at Vogelmorn.
That's right. 6 p.m. Koha entry. It was going to be outside, but it's like super windy, and that won't be any good
No.
for our sound system. So it's going to be upstairs at Vogelmorn, and I'm playing alongside Tessa DeLion, which is Tessa Dillon from Mystery Rach's solo project, and Violet Hurst.
Awesome.
So it's going to be, a pretty folky night.
Yeah.
A little bit melancholy, but a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's better, I think, sometimes to be melancholy with a group of people.
Yeah, for sure. We're all vibing.
Yeah.
It sounds sad, but we're all happy.
Yeah. Well, you can share it in it together. So it is Koha entry. Do people need to RSVP anywhere, or is it just more rock up?
I think it's just rock up. Yeah.
Nice.
Level 2 rules apply. The poster said BYO, but since it's inside now, there's kind of like a bar there, so BYO is off. Everybody, sorry.
No BYOs.
It's a shame, but we can still have fun. You can buy drinks.
Yeah.
Let's keep Vogelmorn floating.
Absolutely. So yeah, when I was doing my little bit of research, it seems that you've got quite a close working relationship with Vogelmorn as a whole. How did that come about?
So yeah, I guess that's my day job. I'm employed there. Thanks, Nikki. How did it come about? I played like the couch sessions they have there, earlier this year with YOLK, and then kind of like Nicoletta Mancuso, who was running the whole show. We just became mates, and I just harassed her enough times to give me a job because I live in Kingston.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of my relation. I just work there and kind of like do bar, cafe work, bit of live sound, general stuff, be a nuisance, entertain everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's very cool. It's been fascinating watching Vogelmorn morph into this beautiful, like, acoustic-ish, like, intimate kind of gig environment. Was that always yours and Nicolette's aim, or has that kind of just morphed into it?
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of the emphasis is always, well, since I've been there, and the emphasis has kind of just been on music rather than anything else. Like, it's a real quiet environment for gigs and stuff. Like, there's like, you can buy alcohol there, but it doesn't really run like a bar per se. So yeah, the couch sessions have kind of been primarily acoustic, but other kind of upbeat bands have played there. But I suppose the space doesn't really allow so much for like a dancey kind of music. So it's just kind of like naturally tailored that way. And yeah, I mean, it is a community space and it's quite far away. So it's like, I think people that go there want to be there and respect the space.
And you're not going to get any hooligans.
Yeah, exactly. And like I run an open mic up there, and then, it's when people are playing during the open mic, everyone's silent, which is like, I don't know, pretty uncommon to find at most open mics you go to. So
absolutely.
really
There's so much chatter a lot of the time. Do you think that's just with the people that are heading along to it, like the culture kind of manifested itself almost, like self-fulfilling? Or
I think so. I reckon it definitely is a part of it, just the crowd that seems to go there, and I think where it is and stuff, it all kind of plays a part, and Nikki and Lily, the two managers there, do a great job of making everything really awesome.
Yeah,
Pretty lucky to work there.
Yeah,
Cool
no,
place to
that
work.
is very cool that you work there. You've actually been doing lots of gigs recently. Well, it seems like every month, kind of, for the last couple of ones you've been doing stuff.
Yeah, trying to get out there.
Yeah, how was your iGum solo performance?
That was super recently. That was good. That was a YOLK show. So, there's a big back catalogue of YOLK music to choose from. And so I just chose a bunch of random songs. And I know it was great. It wasn't your regular iGum crowd because it was I think it was capped at 60 people and seated. And I played with Rachel Andy, and she was really good. It was nice. I mean, it was my first show back after mini lockdown or whatever. But no, it was good. I thought it was fun. It's always fun to kind of play those shows.
Absolutely. Has the level 2 restrictions actually changed too much of how you perform, either under Yann or under YOLK?
Well, I mean, traditionally I've always been a bit of a chaircore artist, so not really at all. I think it sucks when you go to gigs and there's a dancing band on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is like a crime. Like, I went to go see my friend Tasha and the Boogeymen play a little while ago at San Fran. And their music is just,
you want to
so
dance.
upbeat, and I was just getting drunk, jigging in my chair, I was like, this is just, come on.
Glued to it.
Yeah. But for me, it hasn't really changed how I approach performing at all. Thus far.
I guess it's a real positive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in a way. It's a good time to be a folk musician, I suppose, but a bad time to be a musician in general.
Yeah.
But, traffic light system's coming.
Exactly.
It's all going to be sweet.
We're all
hopefully.
going to be back out there, going to gigs, seeing everybody. Yeah, I've desperately been missing that type of live buzzing environment kind of thing. But let's get into the third track.
All right. This one is called Lost Times and Future Hopes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, dramatic. It's because I lifted the title from a F. Scott Fitzgerald book called Tender is the Night.
Nice.
And, I mean, it's a bit of a sad nostalgia trip. But that's life, isn't it?
Let's go.
Well, I go out at night and I break with the day. Some lights never serve us, just like wisdom with age. And though tries we made to kill it the same, I've fallen for that trick before. So as the skies bled and the stars become sad, these are the scars of our lives. The past screams, get lost. The future's here, but it ain't once what it was. Time's gone for a cigarette, just like Dad, it ain't coming back. Faith, she hangs, then falls again. I hope to die in her bed. Friends all in. Since 16 stone, I've let the days go by. We ran I'm late to last supper, betrayed by what bother. Please send him to death. But the gang's all here, around for a beer, depressed with success, as everyone's afraid of age and the old, saving to hold a last atlas. What was the price of heaven? The past screams, get lost. The future's here, but it ain't once what it was. Time's gone for a cigarette, just like Dad, it ain't coming back. Faith she hangs, then falls again. I hope to die in her bed, friends all in.
There we go. Whoa, whoa, yeah, heavy song, but really, yeah, really gorgeous. I guess doing a little bit of a throwback to the beginning of the interview with your aim to create quite universally understood lyrics, emotions, that type of thing. Was there a process of which you went about kind of curating those specific words or those emotions or environments?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really hard thing to explain, but I guess it's just trying to use like simple and direct language without falling into cliche in a way. I mean, but I'm not sure if I can like really put it into words per se. I mean, I'm hoping it just shows through the songs, you know?
Yeah.
But obviously there's like, regardless of the words, there's always an emotion carried in the music, you know? So I like to think these songs are written in more of like, you know, they're less mysterious than, I mean, my past work. That's the only thing I can really compare it to.
That's cool. Almost like lifting the veil a little bit, the
Yeah.
mysteriousness veil.
For sure, like subverting yourself, and I mean that's just growth and change, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have time for one more song
All
before we wrap
right.
up. Yeah?
Let's do it. I reckon.
All right,
Let the music
let's go.
speak for itself. Oh yeah.
What
Should
is
I
this
say my
one?
thanks now, or should I say it?
No, we'll do
afterwards?
it. We'll do it a little bit after
See you
the
guys.
track.
Yeah, this one's a bit of an anthem. It's called Dear Yellow. Yeah. Sweet. So you got caught doing something you love. 'Cause life it's indifferent, man. It don't matter how you live it. You see the dead, they don't cry. It's the time to be silent and lie. So smoke in the sun, baby. The mirror don't care when you're drunk. And I say, ooh, too many cigarettes.
Too many.
We won't go there. The money might be worth it, honey, but it don't make you a better person. church and drugs don't compare to your sex. To the dear yellow fields, lay me down, I came just to feel. I said,
Dear Yellow.
yeah, with some epic ad-libbing in the middle.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Absolutely. So you can see Yann Le Dorré tonight at Vogelmorn Bowling Club. It is Koha entry, starts at 6 p.m. with an upcoming album, Take Care of Yourself and Everyone Else, due for release hopefully next year at some point.
Yeah, February 20.
February 20. Awesome. There we
Save
go.
the date.
We've saved the date. We've got
Awesome.
it. Anything else you'd like our listeners to know about?
I'd just like to shout out to the Blue Collar Brothers out in Petone, peeling the plastic off pieces of roof. And come along to the show tonight. It's going to be sweet. And thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
And thanks, Radioactive, for having me again.
Always.
I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you.
Also, great. Thanks, NZ On Air as well. And now it is over to Friday Drive. Kia ora.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band. In studio. Brought to you by NZ On Air.